Hey guys, obviously you already know what kind of video this is because you clicked on it, but I got a lot of people asking me what my 4th of July makeup tutorial is, so this is it. Before we get started, I just wanted to make note, yes, I still do not wear makeup to help younger girls feel more confident in their natural bare face, plus I want to rebel against women's beauty standards, but obviously that contradicts between this video and kind of what I'm doing. But I don't know, just a lot of people were asking for a little tutorial on my 4th of July makeup, and here, somewhere around here, is what it looked like.
Put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list.
Cool, are we done? Thanks. So yeah, just wanted you to know that I still am not wearing makeup. I'm still supporting, and I know it's contradicting, but it's my channel, it's what people asked for, and yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, don't hate me, but I don't do skin prep. If you do use skin prep, this would be the time to kind of do it. Sometimes I'll use sunscreen or a little moisturizer, a little serum. I don't do it all the time, and I'm not gonna use sunscreen because I'm literally taking it off right after this video. But yeah, and I slicked back my hair just for this, so y'all are lucky. Because, I just wanted y'all to see my full face, and there's no gatekeeping or anything. I'm showing you all the products, all the steps, how to do it, everything. So yeah, first thing I usually do is either just put on a little Vaseline so that my lips stay hydrated while I'm doing my makeup, or if I don't do that, then I'll just put on some primer. But I'm gonna use the Vaseline. Okay, the primer that I use is this e.l.f. primer. There's 1 or 2 drops left in there, but look here. I literally have this humongous one that I haven't used yet because obviously I don't use makeup anymore. So yeah, maybe this will be the first start to cracking it open. Yep, that's empty. Project pan on this primer, done. Obviously, I like it. Obviously, I use it. It grips your face, it grips the makeup, it just stays on a lot longer. I don't know. So yeah. And then I place the primer, place it on my forehead, my cheeks, especially my cheeks, my chin, and a little dot on my nose. And then I just rub it with my fingers. Yeah, and make sure that you get all the nooks and crannies right under your eyelid. You want to make sure that it's in your under eyes, because that's where it creases a lot. Same with your nose or your smile line, your forehead, just anywhere where your skin kind of bunges up and creases. Definitely make sure that you put it there. So yeah, and then while I wait for the primer to dry a little bit and kind of stick down, that's when I do my mascara. So I usually curl my lashes and then just put on some mascara, and I'll show you how to do that. But I'm gonna wash my hands first because this primer is so sticky. So yeah, I use the Revlon eyelash curler. I don't think it really matters what curler that you use. This is just the one that I do. But the most important thing is your mascara. Now, I like these two, but kind of both for different ways. I like the telescopic waterproof just because I love waterproof mascara because it lasts so long. It holds a curl. Plus, if I'm doing cheer or something, I sweat so much, and I'm just a sweaty girl. And so this really just stays on. Plus, if you cry or anything, I've literally cried at school in this mascara, nothing moved. My face still looked tea. So yeah. And the other one that I use is this Milani mascara. It's a tubing mascara, which I like it because this one is so hard to come off. It literally does not come off at all. So I really do like this tubing mascara just because it comes off in like one clean little scoop and it's done. And they both look really good. It just like depends on which one that you like. But yeah, this one definitely holds a curl better, but this one comes off easier. So today I'm going to be using this one just because, just like I said, I was taking off right after this. So yeah, but these are definitely my holy grail mascaras. I'm going to be getting up close and personal, so be ready. So whenever I'm curling my lashes, usually like whenever I put my thing in, I look up so I can get my entire like lash line, and I can just get all of them at the very root, and then I just curl, hold it for a few seconds, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then usually I'll like pulse it just to get a little extra lift. And then yeah, like look at the difference that makes. One thing I would like to say though, this ordinary lash and brow serum, this is a lash serum, well, and brow serum that I use. It is so good. It's really affordable. Like, I literally tell all of my friends and family, like, use that lash serum and your lashes will grow. Like, I saw progress within the first few weeks. Like, my lashes, they were nubs, and I would curl them every single day and damage them so bad. But yeah, and they grew back, and obviously they're like insane. Like, I'm not sponsored or anything. Like, this is just actually what I use. This is what I think. Like, this is so good. Definitely try it if you want to. And then whenever I'm doing mascara, for the like kind of first coat or only coat if you want, just only do the tips. Do not do the roots at all, okay? Yeah, like, do you see? Oh my gosh, whoa, it's crazy. But only do the tips, okay? And then you see this kind of like strander. We all have it, I think, most of us, you know? But if you have this, coat it with like the tip, coat it with like the very tip of your mascara wand. Don't use the like actual wand. And then go on the root up to the lash, and then just fully coat it. Drag it out. Like, so I know a lot of people like to tuck it in, but I like to swoop it out, so I get like that full lash effect, you know? And then I'll usually drag the rest of my lashes kind of out towards it, you know? Just so it's not like a loner. And then when I let that kind of sit, I'll do the other one. So see when the other one's done. And boom, the other one's done. So yeah. And also, like, I get my mascara all over my eyelid. I get it all over my face. I don't really care, you know, because I'm going to clean it off. So I just get a little Q-tip. If you're using the telescopic mascara, you need, like, micellar water or something. Because, like, that does not come off with just, like, one little Q-tip, you know? But if I'm using the Milani one, I usually just wait till I'm done with my mascara and wipe it all off because it comes off like that, you know? And so I just kind of let them dry for a second, you know? And then you can either go back in with another layer, or you can end it there. But I'm going to do another layer, and that's on this one. You're going to want to like get into the root, and once you get into the root, you're going to want to like swivel up, okay, like this. Yeah, and then that's basically it for the lashes. But if you have anything that you kind of want to fix, do that now. Like, these don't have a lot of mascara on the front, so I just like to go in on any that I kind of don't have a lot of mascara on, or just like fix any that look bad. And yeah, so that's one lash done, and then do the exact same thing to the other side. And yeah, that's all I do for my lashes. And if you want, you can do your bottom lashes. I used to, but I don't really do it anymore. But yeah, just do whatever the heck you want. It's your makeup, not mine. And then I'm just going to go in with a little Q-tip and kind of wipe it off. And this is a little bit disgusting, but I like use my own saliva in my Q-tip and then wipe it off. But you can just use regular water if you want, but I don't know. I think it worked better this way. I don't know, don't hate on me. But yeah, anywhere that you see kind of loose mascara, just clean it off really quick. And then that's it for the lashes. And we're all done. Woohoo! And then next, before I do like any kind of foundation or anything, I will do my brows. And recently I've been loving this Benefit lash gel, brow gel. I also used to use the like e.l.f. gel putty kind of thing. I'll insert a photo like somewhere here. Okay, we done? Cool. So I also used to use that, and then I just bought like a whole bunch of spoolies and would use a spoolie to go through my eyebrow, but I don't have it anymore and I don't use it that much anymore. So I've been using this one, if you can see. Yeah, you've been using that one. And it actually has a pretty good hold, I'm not gonna lie, you know? So I'll go in kind of flat first. I'll use like this part first to just get the gel on my eyebrow. And it doesn't matter about combing them at first. And then once the gel's on your eyebrow, that's when you can go in with one of these sides of the comb. It doesn't really matter which one you use. And then brush it all the way up. And then once you look crazy having laminated eyebrows, go right on the top of your eyebrow and kind of shape your eyebrow in what way you want. I do like an arch, so I just shape it just like that. And yeah, then I go back in again and do the same thing that we did in the beginning, where you just like put gel over it, but I'm not gonna like swoop over it because then that'll mess up the arch that I just did. You kind of want to like tap it in. Just like that. And then do the same thing to the other eyebrow. And then kind of let those dry for a second. And then your primer should be sticky and ready to rumble. So the next step that I do after all of that, now that my primer is kind of tacky, I use foundation. This is the foundation that I use. It's the Fit Me Maybelline foundation. It's in shade 105. And mine's almost out, but I just put it on the back of my hand. Just like that. And yeah. And actually, this is like one of my favorite foundations. Like, it's a drugstore foundation too. And honestly, like, it's light coverage, so you can see kind of like your skin still, but it has like a heavy hold, if you know what I'm talking about. Because I get red super easily, and when I'm wearing my foundation, like, I don't get red, like, you can't even see it, and I don't know, but you can like still see your skin. Like, it looks like your skin, but it's so covered. Do you understand what you're picking up what I'm putting down? So yeah, I just used the back of a beauty blender, and then I just tap it in at first. Guys, don't hate on the shade, okay? I know it's not, I know the shade match isn't shade matching, but it's all I got, okay? And then I kind of blend it in, and it's gonna look really patchy at first. But yeah, just keep blending it in till it looks smooth and doesn't have like any circles. And any spots that you need covered, like acne, or any spots that you get red at, like I especially get really red on my cheeks, add extra foundation to that. And then just go in on the other side. But like, do you see what I mean? You can still see your skin. Like, you can still see the freckle that I have on my face, but I don't get red. Like, you can't see that I'm getting red. It's crazy. And then do it on your forehead. Make sure that you like get really close to your hairline too, but not in your hairline. Do your chin and your nose. Don't forget about your mustache. And this next part is like a very important part that you need to cover. So, like, you need to get your jaw, like, do you see the difference? Like, it's not blended in. So what I like to do is get my jaw like right behind my ear kind of, and blend it all the way in, and then I'll blend it down my neck, just like this. So even if this is blended in, if you can still see the difference like in your neck, then it will still show your foundation. So that's why I like to go kind of like behind my ear a little bit. But yeah, look at the difference between this side and this side. It's very important, and I did not do it at first. And looking back at like the photos, it was not good. You could clearly see the patchiness. And some of my friends even pointed it out. And then go like right under your chin and blend it down into your neck. And then finally, just go in like right on your eyes. Go like in your under eye and blend that out. Same with the other side. And then if you have like a mini brush that's clean, I would use it for this next part, but I don't have one right now, so yeah. And it should not be like super big either. Like, it has to be small. But you can see the color difference into where the foundation is and where it stops at. So go in with the small side again and just like try to cover that up, but don't put a bunch of foundation on your eyelid, because then it will crease up through the day, and like you can see the creases right around here. So I just try to keep it right by my eyebrow so I don't get any like creasing on my eyelid. And do the same thing to the other side. And then you're all done with foundation. So that's all I really do for foundation. That's all. But I don't use concealer. Not a cup. But yeah, I don't use concealer. If you use concealer, do this first. Or not first, but like do your concealer right now. And if you are doing concealer, the spots that I would put it is like right in the middle of my forehead. And I would use like a brighter concealer, like not your skin shade concealer. I do like a shade up or like a little lighter shade so that you get that brightness. But if you are using concealer, use it right in the middle of your forehead and do it on your under eyes, but don't do it like all the way right here. Like, you want it to be like right on your, like right in the corner of your under eye. Don't blend it, or like don't put too much right here, because you will blend it down and blend it out. Blend it down and blend it out. And then lastly, do your concealer on your chin. But like, you know, you can kind of see like the highlight on your chin. So do your highlight. Like for me, it's right here. So yeah, if you're doing concealer, do it now. And the next step is powder. This is the powder that I use. I don't really have a preference for powder. I mean, this one's fine. It's whatever. I use it, but I don't really care. If you have like a good powder recommendation, definitely put it in the comments, because I don't have one. I don't know what like a good powder is. And then this may be a little bit controversial, but I powder my entire face. So I take a powder puff and then I just dab it and then put it, especially like in my creases, and then just kind of dab it all over wherever I put my foundation. So like even put it on your neck and your jaw, just so that foundation doesn't move or get really oily. Yeah, so just put it everywhere. Yeah, and then that's really it for powder. Not much to say. Then the next step is bronzer. Holy moly. This is the bronzer that I use. And it is in shade 6676. Hello. And I actually really love this bronzer a lot. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's not too heavy and it's really light, plus it's powder, so you can really, really control like kind of the brightness and the darkness and just the contrast and where you're spreading it. You can just really control it. Plus I love the shade. I don't know, it's just really cute. And it's not like a bronzer where it's gonna shape your face. It just like brightens it and gives it more dimension, because obviously my face is one-dimensional right now. Like there's not much to it. But after the bronzer, like it looks two-dimensional. Here, like look at the before and after. And then this is the bronzer brush I use. You'll kind of want your bronzer brush to just be bigger so you can blend it out more. You know what I'm talking about? Like fluffier. You don't want it to be small. Like either of these. Just because you're going to want to like blend it out more. And then these are the placements where I put my bronzer. I'll do it on my cheekbone going up. Cheekbone going up. My, I don't know what you call these, like the little side to your forehead. And then on your forehead. And then I like to do my nose. Just like that. And then really just like anywhere that you see shadows. Like I see my shadow right here, and right here. And then my nose. So yeah. So just pick up a little bit very lightly, and then usually I'll start with my forehead or my cheekbone, because that's where I can like control it the easiest. Like if you put way too much, it's easier to blend it out. And then when you're putting on the bronzer, I like to just go back and forth like this. And then when you're blending out the bronzer, do circles just to really fluff it up. And then when I'm doing my cheekbones, I like to not go back and forth. I kind of like to circle it like this. Just so it kind of fluffens it up more. And then I like to take my bronzer from my cheekbone and bring it down my jaw so that it kind of blends everything in. Because if it's like on your jaw, this part has nothing and like you can clearly see it. So I just take it, go right on my jaw. I don't like to go under my jaw. I don't like to go on my jaw. I like to go like right in the middle, like right here. You see? And then just do that to the other side. Okay, and then finally, when you're finished with it, just like doing your jaw just like this. When you're done with that, as you can tell, like I look a lot bronzer and like there's more dimension, but it's just on the outside of my face. So I just look dimensional, but only on the outside. Like my inner face is still just like white. So the reason that I like to do my nose is like, one, it shapes your nose and makes it look cute. And then the second one is just because it adds more dimension in the middle of your face and not just on the outside of it. So I take my brush and I flatten it out with my fingers. Just like this. Dip it in and then lightly just follow the natural kind of like bone structure of my nose. Yeah, and then when you do that, then don't try to fan it out, and then just go around and just blend it out quickly. And then this step is optional, but if you want to give your eyes kind of more dimension and like bring in the look, you can add some bronzer like right in the middle of your eyelid and like on the arch of your eyebrow. Just like this. And yeah, that's really it for bronzer. So the next step is blush. And recently I've been loving using two blushes. The first blush that I use is this Charlotte Tilbury blush. This is highlighter. Now, this is the Charlotte Tilbury blush. And it doesn't have a shade on it. So, this. Yeah, there you go. And then the second blush that I like to use is the e.l.f. Camo Blush. And this is in the shade Cheeky Lychee. You can't see it, but I promise it's Cheeky Lychee. So the Charlotte Tilbury... What? The Charlotte Tilbury blush is... Hold on. So the Charlotte Tilbury blush is very light pigment. Like, if I put it on, you can barely even see it. But I don't know, I feel like it just adds something than having one blush and having two. Because it's not overpowering, like you don't have blush blindness. It just, I don't know, it just adds something. And by the way, whenever you're doing blush, I usually only do one side at a time because this can dry out pretty fast. So if you do one side at a time, it's like easier to blend it, you know? It's like not coming out. It's like pretty full though. It's up to here. It's like really full. It's just so hard to come out. Okay, now it's coming out. Oh, wait, I'm kind of scared. I'm gonna put it on my hand first. Okay, I'm gonna do a few dots and look at the placement. And that's all I do. I don't know where to put this down without it like getting all over everything. Okay, and then this is my blush brush, but then I lost it, so then I started using this one, and then I found this one, so I kind of just have two. So I think I'll go in with this one first, because it's a little bit more like a cone, and I'll go with this one just to like fluff it out and blend it. Then don't like streak it up, just patch it, just like this, just like that. You see, obviously you can see it. So yeah, just keep doing that until the pigment is kind of like you'll tell. So yeah, when you do that, then you can go circular. I lied, I'm not gonna use this brush. I'm not using this one. It's just, I don't care. And then And then whenever that looks kind of blended out, you can stop and do the other side. And I used to do my blush wherever it was like only right here. But now I kind of like it like slanting up kind of into my eyebrow, just because I feel like it gives not like sunburn or sun-kissed, but like Bella Hadid, you know? Yeah, so obviously that pigment is very light compared to anything. If you like minimal blush, do whatever you want, but I'm using two. And then just do the same placement on the other side. So yeah, since that first blush is done, and it's very light, obviously. Again, it's very light. So I'm going to go in with the second blush. I like to put it on my hand, but I don't like to just put it on my hand and do it. I like to smear it out just like this. Smear it out so that way I can get like the full product instead of the dot. And then just take my brush and dab in it. and then just like take some excess just so I make sure it's not too much. And then I just go in right on top of the other one. Just like that. And I'm looking kind of crazy. Kind of crazy right now. But it's okay. I'm just gonna blend it and I'll come back when it's not so crazy.
A few moments later.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit. Just so you can get that kind of like, ooh, yeah, just like blush a little bit. Not like overpowering, you know? And then we're gonna do the same on the other side. So grab it and then just put it on just like that. And then really the thing about it is if you put way too much, just blend it out. Like all it is just blending it out. And also taking a clean brush and just doing that so the product is not like, you know how there's so much product on here, so not a ton of product is working on it and you're just blending the product on your face. Blend it out. It looks nice and airbrushed, you know? And then if you want to add a little bit of blush like on your nose, you totally can. The 4th of July makeup that I did not have blush on my nose, but if you want to, you can. And then what I like to do is I like to go into a fluorescent lighting so that I can see any mistakes or anything. And then if something's unblended or there's too much or anything, I can see it clearly in just like a different light. So for me, the fluorescent light is my bathroom. So I just like to go in there and then either it looked airbrushed and perfect or there's something I need to fix. So let's go. Okay, right now we're in my bathroom. Of course, it'll probably sound a little echoey. It's not the best lighting, but you can see my makeup looks pretty airbrushed. There's not really like a lot of changes that I need to do. So that's just what I like to do. And then that's really it for the base. There's not much to be done. And then this is completely optional. Sometimes when I do a full face, I will use the step. Sometimes I don't. It really just depends on the day and what I feel. But using some black like pencil eyeliner just on your waterline. This is the one that I use, and I have used and tried so many of these, and I just can never find a good one. And this is the only one that really like stays and doesn't bleed, because I would wear it like every single day in middle school and it just bled and it was gone by the end of the day and I looked like I was crying mascara. And this is the only one that really has worked. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. So just grab your under eye, pull it out, and then draw just on your waterline. And sometimes I even use a Q-tip and just dry my waterline out beforehand. It's really up to you, whatever you do, but I definitely recommend the Q-tip method. But yeah, just draw that line on. And you see that it just like pops out your eyes a little more. And then you can kind of see like in the corner my normal skin. So I like to fill in that corner. Just like that, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. And then yeah, that's all I really do for my waterline. You can do white, you can do black, whatever you want. Or maybe like for the 4th of July or any other holidays, do like red, blue, purple, whatever.
It's so clean and smells so good in here.
Looks cleaned.
Oh my god, what? Oh, you're on a video. Okay, sorry. Are you on live?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll let you go. I was just checking in. Okay, can I wave?
The next step that I do, and one of the final steps, is lip liner. This is the lip liner that I use. It's the Revlon lip liner in the shade Nude. I mean, it's pretty good, I guess. It's not like a long-lasting wear. It definitely has its wear and tears, and you'll have to reapply it. The color's like, it's whatever, it's fine. It's kind of blendable, you know, it's really smooth and buttery. I like how it applies. It just doesn't stay long, and I don't know, the color's pretty alright. I don't know, not much to say. So when I do lip liner, I like to see where my line, yeah. So when I do lip liner, I don't like to overline or anything. I like to go just straight on it, like this. There's not much, like, to explain. And on the lips, follow your Cupid's bow if you have one, and just follow the shape of it. And then what I like to do is kind of blend in the corners, just like this. Like, put that same lip liner in the corners so it, like, you know? Do you know what I'm trying to put down right now? Do you understand? Yeah. And then just, like, smush your lips together. Take your finger, blend it out. So it's not just, like, such a harsh line either. And then when it's blended out, you can add You can add lipstick if you want. I personally don't use lipstick, but if you want to, you definitely can. And then you can take really any kind of lip balm or lip gloss or anything you want. The one that I used for the 4th of July was this Yummy gloss in the shade there is no shade, but it's this color. Yeah. Or another one that I really, really love is just Summer Friday. I love Summer Fridays. I love the lip balms. They're so hydrating and I love them. My favorite one is the Pink Sugar, but that's in my, like, purse right now. So I don't really have it because it's not in my room. But yeah, I love, love, love Summer Fridays. And another, like, good one if you want, like, a sticky one is this e.l.f. lip balm. Sorry, lip oil. And this one doesn't really have a shade either, unless the shade is Glow Receiver, but I'm pretty sure that's what the lip oil is called. So this shade, woohoo! I think for right now I'm gonna use this e.l.f. one because I haven't used it in probably since 8th grade or freshman year. And yeah, just put it on like normal. And then lastly, before we get to the dots, this, like, the last thing for your makeup is whenever I did my 4th of July makeup, I used highlighter. And I used the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. This one has no shade. But I put it on my cheekbone, and I just put it on my nose. And then I put it on, like, my brow bone. So yeah, put it here. You can see it, like, barely. Yeah, put it here. Blend it out with your finger. Yeah, and then you see that glow. Hopefully you do. And do the same on the other cheekbone. And then I know you see that glow. And then a little bit on the tip of the nose and on the bone. Then blend it out with your finger. And then finally, your brow bone. I'm actually going to put it on my finger just so I can really get into there. And same with the other side. Oh my goodness. Okay, cute, cute. Don't. Why are you watching this tutorial? Be honest. Why? I fixed it. But yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. And then that's all for the makeup. Use setting spray either now or after you put on the dots. I don't have spread it. Oh, I don't have. Goodbye. I don't have setting spray, so I'm not gonna use that. Obviously, if I don't have it, duh. So, yeah, use it either now or after you put on the dots, and then you're done with your makeup, and it looks so tea, just like you, Diva. Just like you, because I know that you're beautiful, because you are. So yeah, that's it. And then let me get the dots. Okay, and then for the dots, I just use paint. You can either use like face paint or normal paint. I'm just using normal paint. I would have done eyeshadow, but I just know for a fact eyeshadow is not gonna last or anything. So do not use eyeshadow, okay? But just a little fair warning, if you do use regular paint, it like cracks and flakes off after a few hours, but it cracks a big time. So just be aware of that. And then I just use the back of my bronzer brush to like create the perfect dot, because I just think it's a really good size for it. So then I dip the end of my bronzer brush into the paint, just like that. And then I stick the dot on. And boom, you got a dot. And then keep repeating that till your whole face is done. And I like to go in with the same color, but just make room for the other two colors. Or if like you're using the same color, just dot your face.
To do that, just continue all the way down your face in kind of like an S shape.
Yeah, once you have those dots, just wipe off the whatever you're using, and then do that again with another color. Got giant hair on it. Cool. Cool. The next color I'm going to use is blue, and then just repeat the same steps that you did with the red, but with the blue. Then when you're done with the blue, do it with the white. And yeah, when you're done with the white, you're completely done with the look. And this is the final makeup look. Thank you so much for watching, and comment down below if you want me to do any more like full-length videos or any more tutorials, and let me know if you try it out. And yeah, thank you, divas. Bye.
Okay, future Marley here. I just wanted to clarify a little bit because I didn't really fully clarify it as good as it should be. But yes, I still am not wearing makeup to rebel against women's beauty standards and also to help younger girls feel beautiful in their natural skin. This, I know it kind of contradicts, like I already said, but I did not wear 4th of July makeup because I felt ugly, because I felt insecure, because I felt less confident and less thin in my natural bare face. It was because it was a fun holiday, and yes, I'm gonna do makeup on like special occasions. And also, it's not really about a makeup tutorial. It's more of like a fun makeup look, you know? It's not like an everyday full face makeup tutorial. It's a 4th of July fun look. And of course, I like helping younger girls and I like helping women, but I also like my fans and I like the people who are commenting and being nice to me. So I'm gonna do what they ask, like obviously within reason of what they ask, but I like them and I like exploring makeup, and I'm kind of trying to explain it the best I can. If you still have questions, just ask in the comments and I'll answer them. But yeah, that's kind of why. Sorry if it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense in my head, but it also makes sense in my head, you know? So if you have any questions, I'll answer them in the comments. Just drop them below. And yeah. Also, one last quick thing. Sorry that you had to scroll all the way to the end of the video to hear this, but I've been editing this for like 3 or 4 days, just working as hard as I can on it. And if I was gonna put the voiceover where it was originally supposed to be, it would have messed up the entire editing process, and I would have had to redo it, and it would have taken longer. So thanks for coming all the way over here.